I'm Jonathan Murphy, and tonight we are going to be getting into the topic of racism. Now, this is kind of a scary thing to talk about, but the truth is it needs to be discussed. And so as we have this conversation tonight, I want you to put all of your own ideas and own understandings aside. We're going to look into the scripture. We're going to see how Jesus addressed racism and how we can apply that to our lives today. So the problem as we start talking about racism is that there are differences between us as humans. Differences can be a good thing, but unfortunately a lot of those differences have separated us in culture, in our society, across the world. We as humans all have differences, but racism corrupts our beliefs in those differences through hatred, and it separates us and it divides us. Some definitions that you need to understand about racism are that some races are believed to be superior to other races. And through this understanding, racism says that certain races are greater because of physical traits, because of people's characteristics, whether that's skin color, whether that's hair color, whether that's their global location on earth, whether that's their religious preference. And racism teaches that there are certain races that are less human than other races. So when you really idealize racism, it ends up looking like this. Humans with a capital H are greater than humans with a lowercase h. This is just a word picture to help you see what racism does to our culture. It tells us that some humans are more valuable than other humans, but ultimately that some human race people are less valuable than other people in the human race. That's simply not true. And so tonight as we address this, I want you to understand that God has some important truth for us found in Genesis 1:27. Now the truth in Genesis 1:27 says that God created male and females in His image. In His image He created them. And so as we look around at people in this room, people in our society, people around the world, we can see that it doesn't matter our gender, it doesn't matter our skin tone or our geographic location. We are all created in God's image. And if we really believe that as followers of Christ, that's going to drive our understanding about how we approach racism. Tonight, as we get into our small groups, the first activity I have for you to do together is the Human Race Worksheet. Now, this has two categories. In the first category, you're going to list out the differences physically that we share as a human race, not gender related. I'm not talking about the differences between men and women or guys and girls. I'm talking about the differences in our human appearance worldwide. And in the second column, you're going to list the similarities that we all share as the human race. Do your best, list as many things as you can. We'll be back in just a minute.